Along the coast of Canaan, mighty cities rise: Gaza, Ashkelon, Ashdod, Ekron, and Gath, homes of the Philistines. Their walls stand tall beside the sea, symbols of wealth and strength. Inside blacksmith forges, flames dance as iron weapons are shaped for war. Philistine warriors train fiercely, their armor glinting in the sunlight. Ships line the coastal shores, carrying trade and treasure from distant lands. In great stone temples, priests bow before Dagon, their god of grain and sea. Crowded markets hum with the sound of traders and warriors alike. The land between Philistia and Israel becomes a border of tension and fear. Philistine soldiers march through desert winds, banners raised for battle. Dark clouds form above their cities. The shadow of conflict with Israel begins. Samson and the Philistines. In Israel, a man of divine strength is born. Samson, chosen by God. With mighty power, he tears open the gates of Gaza, defying the enemy. But love blinds him, as Delilah's charm brings weakness to his heart. She cuts his hair while he sleeps, his strength fades, and his enemies close in. Philistine soldiers capture him, mocking the fallen hero of Israel. Blind and chained, Samson stands before a crowd in Dagon's temple. The people laugh, praising their God for victory over Israel's champion. But Samson prays, "Lord, give me strength once more." With divine power, he pushes the pillars apart. The temple crumbles. As the dust settles, Samson dies, but God's justice shines through the ruins. Years later, the Philistines capture the Ark of God from Israel. They carry it proudly through the battlefield, believing they have conquered Israel's God. In Dagon's temple, the Ark stands beside their idol as a trophy of war. But the next morning, Dagon lies face down before the Ark, powerless. Priests tremble. Their God has fallen before the presence of the true Lord. Suddenly, plagues strike their cities. Chaos and sickness fill the land. People cry out in fear, covering their faces from God's wrath. Desperate, they load the ark onto a cart pulled by oxen, sending it back to Israel. The Philistine lords watch in silence as the ark leaves their land. Golden sunlight breaks through the clouds. God's glory returns to his people. Years pass, and the Philistines gather once more in the valley of Elah. A giant steps forward, Goliath of Gath, the terror of Israel. Across the field stands a young shepherd, David, with courage in his eyes. King Saul offers his armor, but David refuses, trusting only in God. He kneels by a brook, choosing 5 smooth stones, his weapons of faith. Goliath laughs and mocks the boy before him. But David lifts his sling, spinning it with unshaken belief. The stone flies, swift as light, striking the giant's forehead. Goliath falls face down to the ground, the mighty defeated by faith. David raises the giant's sword. Israel's victory belongs to the Lord. Years later, David becomes king, leading Israel under God's guidance. Once again, the Philistines rise to fight, but David stands firm in faith. Chariots and warriors rush across the battlefield. Dust and fire fill the air. David prays, "Lord, shall I go up?" And God answers, "Go, for I will give them into your hands." The Philistine armies fall, their power shattered before God's chosen king. Years turn to centuries, and the once great Philistine cities crumble to ruins. The temples of Dagon stand empty, their idols forgotten in the sand. Rusting swords lie buried in the earth, silent witnesses of past pride. The pages of Scripture remind us, victory belongs to the Lord. As the sun sets over ancient ruins, one truth remains eternal: God reigns forever. The story of the Philistines teaches us that no strength can stand against the power of God. Faith conquers fear, truth defeats pride, and the Lord alone is worthy of glory.